Hey guys, Great 101 here. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start doing my segments. I guess you could start calling these you remember whenever I used to do them for the previous Clan Wars season. The Hall of Shame or the Video of Shame. It's basically where I did most of the bad battles, the battles that definitely we should have gotten, but there were so many mistakes in the game that I can't correct. I can't explain it in the game. It's just my head is going through. I'm irritated. I was mad during this match. Other things had happened that caused me to blow. I'm going to go back to doing my videos of shame that I used to do before. Now that this is a normal Clan Wars season and we're not doing as many battles as we were, there's no intro video for this one, just simply because I did this late at night. I wanted to quickly get it over with while it was fresh and in people's minds and they could remember it, so I can have it uploaded for the morning time, which it should be. And I will add everyone for it, so for some of you guys who know you were in the battle, you can go through and you can see your mistake. Right before the get match starts here, I'm going to go ahead and point out where everybody's supposed to go and what their goal is. If you remember in Strat Sketch, there was a big ass line, a big huge line that goes through, and it pointed up this direction, and it said Scout Path. This was the path the EBR is supposed to take. Now, the reason why I have my EBR take this path is so I can light up this area, and it determines what my bat chats can do, because my bat chats are my assault gun. So I hang out my bat chats right here till I can find out where the enemy is. Now, this strategy with the bat chats relies on like I said, it's an assault thing. We go in, we take out what we can, and we leave. We get the hell out of Dodge, or we can stay there until we know the area is clear and the area is safe. So it's timing. Everything about this is with timing. And if one little setting comes off, and that timing gets thrown off because one, I have to explain something multiple times, or two, someone has to go for their path because they didn't continue their way, it just creates problems. You can see that we have a 261 because Danny's already had gotten locked, and there's a few guys who are in tanks that they're kind of not used to, but I know that there's also a lot of guys who are in tanks that they're definitely used to it. So right off the start here, we'll show you version 4s are setting here, and we're getting 95s along this direction with 277s and IS7s here. Now, the reason I stick 95s in over in this area is that way we can get possibly into the bowl if the enemy pushes the 7 line, and it makes a nice hold down area, and we have got ourselves a guaranteed bunker, so to speak. Let's see. Alright, so right off at the start, here's one mistake that's going to happen. I'm going to go ahead and take this over here real quick. Remember the scout path that I had given. The scout path, so far he's taken the right direction, and he's supposed to come up, turn, and light up all of this here, and it also light up this ridge for me. So as you can see, he comes through, takes a right turn instead of the left turn. So what this does is I've got these few guys lit, I've got a WZ lit, but I don't have enough information of this side that I need to get my assault going. So this, at the time, I'm now stressing, is that it? I didn't get a run. I need to know more. You know, I'm stating this. And you can see whenever he ran back the way he did, he got shot by one of our own 277s. So now he's going back. He's getting his light. And if he would have gotten this light the first time, now look, there's a T100 up the hill. If he would have gotten his light the first time, this T100 would have been lit. I would have already moved my bat chats over, and our bat chats could have been right here right now. So this 5A is sitting here. Our bat chats would have been here with our version 4s pushing this line, meaning they've got this 5A right here hanging out in this direction, and I have got free reign to move my version 4s through here, move out the stirve, it's going to be in this direction, and any other tanks that are possibly here, while my bat chat either assaults the stirve, takes out that gun very quickly with support from his heavies here. I mean, everything here, you have got gunfire all in this direction at this time. So, I get it late. Now, I'll show you what this, you'll see here in a little bit what this does. So now I am telling my bat chats, you can see the bat chats, they're moving, and I'm telling my version 4s to go ahead and start assaulting. Because I have made it now, me and Quick Guns have managed to get into this really powerful spot right here, but this spot here gets ruined by a stirve here. So I'm getting my version 4s to move as fast as possible, as quick as possible. And it seems like my version 4s were also hanging back farther than what they usually do. I know in Strat Sketch I have got a version 4s up in here. And the reason they're up in here is because it's just the enemy has to, like, it's hard. You got to figure, you got Artie at this spot right here. If the version 4s are here, Artie can get off maybe 1 to 2 shells, while the stirve, who can be in this position, can work this ridge with us. And also, like, we've done this tons of times before, and we've always set our version 4s here. They've always been there, and a stirve has been in this bush. But for some reason, this game here was totally different. I don't know what was going on. I know Strat Sketch said one thing, and people did another. So now you can see me pinging the map. I'm yelling version 4s. I need you to push. Charge as quick as you can. I need you to charge, you know. So far, everything's going good. They're running it. Here's one mistake. Toll is in the middle of the road, while War Chief is in the bushes. War Chief is doing it right. War Chief is through the bushes. Like, at this point, like, dodge the trees. Like, look, he's not getting hit. He's not lit. And now he won't be lit till right here. War Chief would be lit right here. Now, the reason that this is so important you stay off this road is because whenever you run along this road, you are up top and you're exposed. The version 4s are pretty tall. If you look at the height of the version 4, you can pretty much whenever you run through here, all you got is your captain's hatch, which makes it difficult for the enemy to hit you. So here's the big mistake that happens. War Chief, we know, I now know, 100% know War Chief has been lit, and so now has Toll. War Chief is down below, but Toll takes a left and goes back up the road and continues running through the bushes. He knows he's lit. There's no way he's not going to like get countered by it. There's T100 and then hit and the track. This tracking shot could have been kept away from if he would have been with War Chief. Meaning this push here, moving RTDs down into this direction. One, it's ran this stirve out of his bush. You can see him getting ready to run. He knows he's compromised. He needs to leave. But Toll, his entire tank is gone. He's useless because he exposed his entire tank to something here that should not happen. Like, run down this line, guys. Once you hit this bush up through here, no matter how hard you try, you're going to get lit. Unless you're a scout running through this area. If you're any other tank and you're assaulting with the group, once you hit this bush line, you need to make sure you're down in this dip down through here, because this can save you. If you go up too high, you're going to get hit from the enemy. If you go up in this area, you're going to get hit from the enemy. Right where War Chief took is the best path possible. So let's watch our bat chats go on in this assault. You can see now that there's a 5A back there and there's a stirve. I am now telling my 95s to go ahead, start moving up, you know, get some shots, make sure you help support these guys because they need your help. Take out that stirve. I'm shouting, take out the stirve. Now, Tollhouse's gun is just out of the fight right now because he's lost all of his HP. We've got Handy moving through, and War Chief is trying his best to get in here. But War Chief has stopped. Now, here's the problem. War Chief has stopped. Now, why is this such a problem? It's because now our bat chats are getting ready to lose their momentum. Not only their momentum, but they're losing their armor because bat chats, they're weak. They have no armor whatsoever. So watch what happens. Watch the very second as soon as they get here. They have lost all of their armor. They are now in the front lines because they heard the rule, I need you to charge, and they continue to go through. So the bat chats are getting in their shots. They're not even able to get out their full clip. They're getting shredded. This is the part where this fails because our version 4, one version 4 here, decided to run through up to the top, and the other has stopped. Look at this mess. Now, why is the version 4 so important in this? And the reason the version 4 is so important is because it's hard to hit. It has got very... its weak points are covered by most of this. You gotta figure, they're up in this area here, and they can't really shoot down into your lower plate because that's what's weak with the version 4. So it's almost auto ricochets most of the time. Your gun is not as important as your armor in this situation because your bat chats are your gun. Now, by stopping and failing one going up top and stopping at that position, you have taken away your guns. Now your bat chat, all their armor is gone. We have lost 2 bat chats. Boggs is still going in because he hears the call, I need this cleaned up, I need this gone. We've taken out some things from these guys here, and it's just a mess. We've still got 2 version 4s still alive who was supposed to lead the push, but I don't know. Now here's something else over here that I want to show. This T95, if you look, he's got shots on it, so he's fine. But there's something about this. I have called for this stuff target to be hit. I have claimed, and I have told them, ignore these 3 guns in the middle. While they're focused on the 95s and stuff like that who are hull down. Ignore these 3 guns. This is the assault right now. Get them before they get unlit. Just kill as many enemies as possible. Watch what happens here. Now, why did this happen? Someone here at the time during the battle decided to change my call. This is something I don't appreciate, and this is something I don't like happening. Someone had called for these targets to be killed when these are the ones to happen. I don't like that. This can ruin strats. This can cause tons of chaos. And then there's one other final thing I want to point out. Count the tanks. You can see that there are what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We have taken out 2 artilleries at this time. 13 tanks have been seen. on the map. Let's see how many. Let's see, they've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, I mean, we can clearly see there's just one tank that has not been lit. So we now know from this where the majority of the enemy is. So in your head, you should always think, I need my gun in position. I need to make sure I have my gun in the game. So what do you do to get your gun in the game? You go to where the mass majority of people are, right? We've got a Sturv in the background who still has not left the A1 sector. This section was told to push. Normally, I don't have to tell people to, but people usually come up to this area right through here. Now, why did they come to this area? Well, they were just the enemies are distracted by this. The T-95 sometimes, you can sneak through. You can be able to get through this area while the T-95s are pushed down the hill, and you won't be lit. And you're just able to, one, hit these guys here, and two, able to use your DPM to help shred this. But I have got a gun out of the fight. My most DPM tank in the game is out of the fight and sitting way back here. Now, you can see the targets right now because I'm in the middle, and this is my replay. But the Sturv can only see up to right here. I mean, he can see the T-95s, but it's like barely, and it's not enough because I have moved into this bowl. Sometimes I shouldn't have to tell players when to move. You should automatically know yourselves that you are a DPM gun. You need to make sure that you're in the fight. EBR is a one-shot, so him kind of coming up through here, trying to get his gun in, maybe not the brightest thing. I mean, it would have been nice to have this over here because you can see the map is, and you want to make sure that they know that if anybody's over there, that would be handy. But I should have probably tried to push these 277s over into this area and taken this out. But at the time, everything went south because player error was so common with this. I'll just go ahead and continue to let this go through. You can see that we've lost another heavy that I feel like we could have taken more guns out of this. Look for this time that we've lost our 3 bat chats and 2 T-95s. All we've taken out is a Sturv and a 5A. Already does not count. It just doesn't count. There goes the scout. I am shouting to shoot this here. At the time here, I am now yelling because someone has called out a different target that I didn't even want. And you can see chaos. Our Sturv is still in the back, sitting at the time. And I know I threw a fit at the time. I was mad. Everything just went wrong, and so our Sturv, I think moves. You can see there's an EBR. I mean, the enemy never came over into this section at all. Not once did they ever attempt, because 90% of their guns were down here, and what did we do? We ran into their fire. I didn't. They were able to, because I wasn't able to do my assault in the bat jets quick enough, they were able to run through and run into the guns. If you look at this, like you watch that strategy, we ran into their guns because they were able to relocate, because the plan of what normally happens wasn't able to. I'm going to stress it over and over, guys. The caller, in some ways, usually knows what he's doing. It's rare. Like in aggressive plays, you have to just focus and you have to listen. It is rare that, during aggressive play, you shouldn't, like it's extremely rare that sometimes some of his decisions may be irrational. It's very rare. But during those soft plays, those slow working down of people, that's when you're kind of free to just kind of roam just a little bit. Do a tiny bit of your own thing, but not so much. But remember, if you're in a group of tanks, you stick with your group. This was a fairly, I mean, I wouldn't call it a close game. You can see that there's a few tanks that are just low HP. And these 95s, one, they shouldn't have really been shot at. It's not something that at the time I had called. You can see half their tanks are gone for an assault of our guns into this. And it's because people, I feel like more damage could have been done if players would have not, stopped and done what they were supposed to. Yeah, there's our Sturv now. I hope this video, guys, helps you out a lot. I'm going to be doing more of these if these fails happen. I don't want to be doing these videos over fails. I'd like to be doing videos over talking over tanks, the difference between them. I would prefer to do those type of videos. I don't want to do videos over bad plays or people doing just dumb maneuvers. So remember, and I've stressed this so many times, and I know I have said this so many times, and it's something that we've ran it over and over and over again. EBRs head over the rails, and the version 4s or anything that pushes down this line, I don't care what you are. Once you hit this bush area, you go down this dip right through here. You don't go up in here. You don't go up on this road because it exposes you in the middle, and even these guys here can hit here and here. Nobody can hit you in this little dip. This is a little divot. There's a levee. Could you call this a levee or the road that protects you on both sides? It protects you from here and it protects you from here. These guns cannot hit you until you hit here. The only thing that can hit you here is guns that are here in this section. So these guys chase out these guns for them, your team back behind you, to hit. Your gun is not important. The Bat Chat's gun are important, and the guys on the hill's gun usually is fairly important in this scenario. Remember, if you're a scout, your initial spots are some of the most important, and if your commander tells you, I don't care if you die, or your caller tells you, I don't care if you die, I just need your spot, there is a reason why he's doing it, and sometimes that scout gun is just, it's not important. It's the other assault vehicles that are. Like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to leave a like, thumbs up. I will do more of these, definitely, if we fail. I just don't want to be doing them. You know what? I got to stress one more time before I end this. Please, battle comms is very important, and that's the most important thing, because this battle here, halfway through, someone was telling me something and I couldn't hear them because someone else was trying to shout over me over something that I didn't even want or call. So again, battle comms is extremely important. Like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in Clan Wars.